Get ready to dive deep into Buffalo's vibrant music scene because we're stepping inside the fabulous Flamingo Lounge for the 8th season of local music magic. In the Flamingo Lounge with Rockabilly Greg is more than just a podcast. It's a collection of stories that delves deep into the vibrant musical history of Buffalo and Western New York, creating a living archive where each story adds a unique thread to the overall narrative. This season, we're taking a deep dive into the heart of the music community. Join us for personal conversations with musicians and industry pros where we celebrate the collective creativity that makes our favorite artists, venues, and events so special. But before we get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors, CatsLikeUs.com, Diamond Hawk Golf Course and Pub, and valued supporter Buffalo Ironworks for helping to keep the music alive. This week's guests in the Flamingo Lounge are Cami Clune and Mason Laboski. Cami first gained national recognition as a 4-chair turn finalist on NBC's The Voice. A versatile powerhouse, she blends pop rock originals with subtle touches of country and theatrical flair, influenced by icons like Ann Wilson and Alanis Morissette. Beyond her growing catalog of original music, Cami is the official Buffalo Sabres anthem singer, has performed with the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra, and opened for artists including Cee Lo Green. From solo acoustic sets to her high-energy band, Cami transforms personal stories into music that resonates across generations. Mason is a guitarist and songwriter whose playing masterfully blends blues-rooted soul with modern rock and country. Largely self-taught, he draws inspiration from icons like John Mayer and Stevie Ray Vaughan, showcasing his skill on both electric and acoustic guitar. Mason writes original country and singer-songwriter music and is a key co-writer for Cami Clune. He performs across Western New York in multiple projects, including Cami and the Fringe, Smells Like Dave Grohl, and Bloodline, bringing a grounded, soulful energy and a lifelong passion to every performance. It is my honor to welcome to the Flamingo Lounge, Cami Clune and Mason Laboski. Guys, thanks for coming down.
Yeah,
welcome
you
to the
us.
Flamingo
Thank
Lounge. And I've been looking forward to this, so it's fun. Cami, you're lighting it up all over the place, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's been very busy.
Yeah,
very busy.
I can imagine. And you told me you and your mom are you're doing all your PR and you're doing all the bookings and
yeah, we do it all ourselves.
wow,
Yeah,
that's fantastic. So,
yeah.
well, before we get into everything, I mentioned to you before we got on the air, I have a standard question that I always ask, and I'll start with you, Mason. Did you have an aha moment when you said music's what I want to do?
I think I was kind of always surrounded by it with my dad playing growing up. So it was always kind of around. There's always guitars and music going. I remember first being obsessed with like Elvis at a young age. And we would have like DVDs that I would just sit and watch old Elvis clips from all his live shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And but that was still a little bit before guitar for me. And then I was kind of on and off with guitar for a long time. And then I think it was once I found like Stevie Ray Vaughan was when like everything kind of changed and I got more serious with it. And that was kind of like the life-changing moment for me.
What's your favorite Elvis movie?
I actually haven't seen any of the Elvis movies.
Oh, you haven't?
I've seen the clips of the songs, but I've never seen full Elvis movies.
Now, did you see the one with Austin Butler?
Yes, I
did. You did. What'd you think?
I like that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, he was good.
I remember I still am, my favorite is like the comeback special was like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what did it for me.
That was the one for me,
yeah. Yeah, it did it for me too, man.
Yeah.
That
I think he sounded great at that time, and just the leather suit, it was the best.
Oh, yeah. I will say he was a handsome man. I mean, come on. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And especially, he was at his peak.
Yeah.
At that show. I mean, he worked hard. I mean, he had done so many horrible movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's too bad.
Yeah, I kind of got stuck in it.
Yeah, I mean, he did the first 4 were good, and when he went in the war, and then he had a couple good ones. I mean, Viva Las Vegas with Anne Margaret was real good, and Blue Hawaii. But then there was just some total. Oh, it's like I haven't even watched them. It's like they're so bad. I mean, they're not even so bad. They're good. They're just bad.
Yep.
I always say there was a scene in Jailhouse Rock where, he was in jail and he gets out and this woman Peggy's trying to, promote him, and they cut a record, and he goes over to her dad's house, and they're all talking jazz and pianissimos and all this highfalutin talk, and he gets all pissed off and says, "I don't know what the hell you people are talking about," and he goes outside and she goes to him and says, I can't believe you acted like that. And she says, and he kind of pulls her in and he kisses her and she says, don't you pull those tactics on me. And he says, I mean, tactics, honey. You just bring out the beast in me. And he was trying so hard to be like James Dean. And it's just, it was that close. And it's like one of my most favorite scenes because he tried so hard.
I forgot that Elvis acted.
A lot.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Oh, yeah. He wanted to be an actor.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, his granddaughter's an actor. She's in the Daisy Jones and the Six. We were just talking about watching that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that show. It's a great show.
Yeah,
But
Riley.
his granddaughter, Riley. Yeah, she's great in that.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl too.
Yeah,
I mean, my goodness.
Totally.
Yeah, between grandma and grandpa, I mean, she's got some.
Mhm.
Well, and I always said Lisa Marie was Elvis in a woman's body.
Yeah,
I mean, she looked like Elvis.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah, and too bad. What a tragic.
I know.
I do remember. I think it was I can't remember what award show it was. I think it was the Golden Globes, and when the Elvis movie came out, and I remember looking at her because it was a couple of days before she passed. I'm like,
wow,
man, she doesn't look good.
Yeah,
something's wrong with her. She just didn't have that. Something was done. But anyway, we digress. So, well, Cami, we'll go to you.
Yeah. So I started in theater when I was a kid. Well, technically dance and then theater. So I think when I really fell in love with music was through that. I remember doing this one show. It was actually a showcase in Atlanta at this theater festival.
Okay.
And I was on stage probably like 12 years old, and I remember like running off stage to my mom and being like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. Like I just like something about that. I don't know, that's really where the love of music and theater came for me.
Right.
And as far as like just music itself and songwriting, I'm not sure exactly like if I can pinpoint a certain moment there, but just from a young age, I knew that I always wanted to do something related to the arts, whether it was theater, dance, music. So
now, how did you get down to that festival in Atlanta?
So I went to Academy of Theater Arts growing up.
Okay.
It's on transit now, and I actually worked there for I'm their vocal director.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's cool. But they used to do all the younger kids would go to the Junior Theater Festival every year. So we would go and compete, and we never won. There was always this one group that won every year, and we were like, we'll get it next year, but no, we never did. But yeah, that's how that came about.
Yeah. Now, did you do a lot of theater like with the groups around town, or?
Yeah. I haven't done like a ton of local theater as an adult. I did a couple shows recently. I did the last 5 years last year at the Keenan Center in Lockport.
Yep.
And then a couple years ago, I did a chorus line at O'Connell and Company.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, I've done some local theater, but mostly as a kid and teenager.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had Kevin Leary from Keenan Center on the podcast.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was.
Yeah.
I told him, I said he kicked my butt. I did a Promises. He was the choreographer.
Oh, okay.
They got me in the show. I says, I can sing and I can act, but I cannot dance. I'm a mover.
Yeah.
And he says, don't worry. We're just going to have you men clap. Because there was 4 of us who were like the creepy old men in the office. Yeah. And I guess I'm typecast. And and he says, you're just going to stand in the corner and like clap and look. And we changed our mind. And I'm like, you didn't sign up for this, did you? I said, no, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, that's
funny.
But
he was great.
Yeah.
I love him dearly. What a great guy. And he worked with me. He was very patient. And of course, Bacharach was so tough because there's a 10 count, then there's a 6 count, then there's an 8 count, and then you go back to it's
all
like
different
all
counting.
Over. So I had to learn. I said that was the one show where I learned that, if you're going on before me, I don't just follow what you're doing.
Yeah.
I got to know what I'm doing.
Yep.
Right? Because if you screw up, then I'm done.
Right.
Right? And then especially if that counts, if I'm not counting that in my head.
Right.
It's...
there's a difference with music and dancing where like music you count 4, dance you count 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously it depends on the song too, but usually you count to 8.
Yeah. Usually.
So,
All right.
Unless it's
I'm tripping over my feet.
10, 4, 5.
Although I got some pretty good rhythm, so I, once I kind of get it down, it's like it takes me a while. Though.
Yeah.
It's like some of the kids that I worked with. I mean, once, and they're doing heel ball change and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't understand what that means. you know.
Yeah.
So they would. I remember there was one step, and the choreographer just says, "Greg, it's a T for two," and I went, "Oh, T, da 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 da," you know, and my feet just went naturally where they needed to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me that like 3 weeks ago?" So I'm struggling here.
Yeah.
So now, when did you kind of start singing outside of the theater?
So I think I started like falling in love with music outside. Well, I grew up in a musical household. My dad plays a bunch of instruments. He sings a little bit, and so I grew up around music. But I think when I really started to like find my own love of like music itself would be probably like high school. And then I started like writing like little songs here and there. I didn't really get serious about songwriting until honestly a few years ago. But yeah, so I like found different genres and artists that I liked in high school, and then I started gigging. I think my first gig I was actually like 15 at like I don't even know. I think my dad's friend works for like West Her or something. I think I sang like outside of there or something. I don't know.
Oh, no kidding.
But yeah, I started like seriously gigging around like 17, 18. And yeah, that's kind of how that came about as far as that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much how I went from theater into like music outside of that. Yeah.
Now, Mason, are you, because I read Cami's bio, there's a duo and, you know, and the Fringe. And so are you doing both of those?
Yeah.
Or like, so you're her duo partner and in the Fringe?
Yep, in both those. Yeah.
Cool. So now, you mentioned to me before we got on, you know my buddy Mikey Campbell.
I do, yeah.
So in Bloodline, right? So you're there with Jared, and your dad's, because I thought it was cool that there was father son.
Yeah, it worked out. Mikey and my dad go back to Sucker Punch days. So yeah, and it kind of came about just me and my dad were doing some acoustic shows. I was probably 17 at the time.
Right.
And Mikey came out and saw one and kind of had this idea to put a band together with us.
Yeah.
Because kind of got us in the door and got us used to playing with other people and stuff. So
yeah, I had a friend who loved Sucker Punch. I mean, she went to see every show, and I know she was just heartbroken when they stopped. And it's like, you never stop though, do you? I mean, you may take a hiatus, but you can't like retire.
Yeah,
you know, it's in you.
Right, about coming
it's
back.
been kicked around. I try to stay out of that as much as possible.
Well, I was supposed to have Mike on a few months back with the Sucker Punch reunion, but he's like, yeah, dude, we're having some trouble.
Yeah,
I guess somebody had a baby, like, you know.
Yes, Brad.
Yeah,
Brad did. Yep.
Yeah.
So
in late 40s too, right? So.
Yeah. It's probably somewhere around there.
Aye.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, not for me. But now let me ask you. So we'll be jumping around all over the place. But when did you two guys meet and start to get together musically?
Yeah. So we started the Fringe back in 2023. It was all different members besides our bass player now. And so basically different people left at different times for different reasons, and we were looking for a guitar player in, was it December 2023? Yeah, 2023.
Right before Christmas.
And so right before Christmas time, and we held auditions, and Mason auditioned, and he got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you joined in technically, like, I think your first show was January, right?
Early January.
Yeah.
It was very quick.
Oh, of this year?
No, 2024.
2024. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I auditioned the day after Christmas.
Right.
2023.
Nice.
And then auditioned again at some point.
Cool.
Yeah.
What song did you audition with?
Oh, what did we do?
I
Some
think
originals.
we had to play an original called Parasite, and then I think you played Black Velvet.
Black Velvet was one.
Yeah, Black
nice.
Velvet.
There's a few of them, yeah.
But yeah, we had a bunch of people come in and audition, and I think you were like maybe close to the beginning of it, and so we had him come back in because everyone was like, I don't remember how he plays. We got to bring him back in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting
stressed.
I was waiting for a phone call back for quite a while.
So that was like with the whole band, so it just wasn't you up there.
Yeah,
with the
no,
light
it was with the
shining?
whole band.
With the whole band.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he like played along.
See if he can follow
right,
you, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Who
Who
leads? Does the band follow the vocalist, or does the vocalist follow the band for you guys?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think really we follow drums mostly.
Oh yeah, because we play to a click.
Okay.
So we kind of mostly
follow
that.
the drummer.
Yeah.
As most good bands do.
Right. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a great drummer. I don't know if you know Jared Rose.
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah,
Kelsey's
he's great. Yeah,
husband.
Kelsey's husband.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I met Kelsey with the BPO.
So,
yeah.
they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have great musicians.
Yeah, which then brings in the question, who's leading the drummer or the bass player?
Right, yeah. Dave will probably say he's the one
Yeah.
leading.
Yeah. I think everyone likes to think they're all leading. But.
Right.
Exactly. But I know I sing with my buddy, and I always ask him, because every now and he might drop a note or something like that, and
Yeah.
and he says no, you keep going. He says I follow you.
Oh.
The vocalist, he says no,
Yeah.
we follow the vocalist.
Right. I mean, I guess
So-
technically
right.
you do follow
Or
me. Yeah.
how many times have we skipped a verse?
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
true.
oops, so the band's gotta like, oh
Yeah.
damn, they just skipped her.
Yeah.
I think with
Yeah.
duo gigs, it's you following me most of the time.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It
Try and just
depends.
kind of eye contact and everyone
I was
kind
gonna
of
say
Yeah.
you
same
develop
page.
those
Right.
cues, and
Yeah.
when you
Right.
get used to each other, you kind of.
Yeah.
I know my buddy. He'll start because every now and then, like, and if he misses a note or something, he'll play the verse
Right.
before we go in, and he'll
Mhm.
just give me a little nod, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, time to
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
in, and
Once
when
you
I-
build that chemistry up, yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
everyone knows where everyone's going.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. So to sing with someone like kind of blind, it's like,
Mhm.
there's no cues, and
Yeah.
Right.
although when I've done like karaoke in the past, and I've sung a duet with someone, and
Mhm.
you're just like, it's like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, that's fun. It's
Yeah.
intoxicating, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
It's fun. I've done some gigs just substituting for people where like it's just last second notice
Mhm.
going in and just try to learn these and get there and go. And it really, as stressful as it is, it's a lot of fun to just go and see what happens. And
Right.
like I've gotten to gigs and I didn't even meet these people before,
Right,
so
yeah.
it's fun to kind of just fly
Yeah.
and do it. And
Now, do you read music, Mason?
I do
or-
not.
You do not? Okay.
I do
So you're all
not.
ear, huh?
Yes. I'm not great in theory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just kind of listen and pick stuff up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that was the one thing we had when Mike was here with his kids. His daughter's very
Yeah,
theory
she
because she
is.
just went to
Oh,
school,
really?
and
Yeah.
she knew everything. And Mike's like, I just know it's tick, 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 tap.
Right.
And I said, but a lot of times though, I think that kind of is helpful because then you're not really looking at the notes
right.
on the
It's more
page.
feel.
You're feeling it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. I know.
I kind of visualize a lot of like the fretboard as I'm listening to something, and I can kind of
Mhm.
visualize what they're doing,
Gotcha.
which kind of helps when I go to sit down and learn stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
theory was, I don't know, I never got too into it.
Right.
I
Did you
I
ever have a
should,
class in theory?
did not.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm mostly self-taught.
Right. Okay.
I've had
Mhm.
a few lessons here and there and some pointers, but yeah,
Mhm.
mostly
I feel like
self-taught.
it's so different with guitar too. Like I started with piano,
Mm-hmm.
and I think piano is a lot of like reading the
Yeah.
music, whereas I feel like guitar a lot of people learn from ear.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and also with singing, like in theater, like growing up, it was just helpful to read the sheet music to like learn harmonies and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
yeah. I'm involved right now in a cabaret, and you
Mhm.
can tell the real theater guys
yeah,
are going note for note.
Yeah.
And we're doing
Right.
a 50s, 60s, 70s thing. So, we're doing some Elvis
Yeah.
songs, right? And I'm just doing my thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Elvis, and that's total feel, right? And
Yeah.
one of the guys, he's getting there, but he
Yeah.
was just reading the sheet music. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you got to put the sheet music down.
right.
And you got to feel it,
Right.
I had a guy tell me I used to sing with the Buffalo Dolls in
Mm-hmm.
the Ladies First Jazz, and I was trying. So it was the same thing, you got a whole orchestra behind you.
Mhm.
So are you trying to stay with the notes,
Right.
or bringing in some feel,
Yeah.
and
Right,
bringing that in, and Dan Delano, God bless him, man. He says, you're thinking too hard. He says, this, just do
Yeah.
it. And I went out and
yeah.
Yeah.
and it was like, thanks.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like once you kind of get out of your head and
Yeah.
put the sheet music, and and I think that's a lot for. I'll ask you this question. iPads.
Yeah.
You an
Yeah.
iPad person, or
I do have my phone usually in front of me,
Okay.
especially for duo gigs. Because a lot of times and solo gigs, because people request things.
right?
So yeah, you just have to like have everything at your disposal, and you don't know everything
Mhm.
by
Yeah.
heart. But I think over the years doing so many gigs, like I know the songs,
Mhm.
like, but unless somebody requests something, or
Right.
sometimes there's like a safety too.
Yeah,
You kind of get, it's a habit. It's a habit that it's hard to break.
it is. I know,
Yeah.
because my buddy and I, we do that.
Yeah.
And, now with this cabaret, we can't have we got to be off book, right?
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Yeah.
It's scary, but at the same time, we got asked to get up at Flying Bison a couple weeks ago. Allison Pipitone and Grace Dunberg very graciously asked us to come up and do a couple Simon and Garfunkel tunes, and we, they handed my buddy a guitar, and we just, we winged it, and fortunately we knew the words.
Yeah.
But I think because we weren't encumbered by it, we let loose, and it was engaging, you know. So I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Totally. Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of use that to go back to the voice.
Yeah.
So that's got to talk about auditioning.
Yeah. So
holy moly!
Yeah, I thought I had it bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I auditioned technically 4 times actually. So the first time they found me when I was like 17 from a YouTube video, and I believe the first time I didn't make it anywhere, and then the second time I auditioned and I got like all the way to the rounds in LA, because there's a bunch of producer rounds before you actually get in front of the judges.
Gotcha.
And so I was like all the way to LA. It was I think I was 18, and almost made it. There was like, they had these rooms. It was all different before COVID. So like everything was all different. They had these rooms that was like, yes, maybe, no. And like, you didn't know which room you're going to be put into. And we went to the room and they're like, you guys are the yes room. And we were like, oh my gosh, like we made it. So I thought I was going to be on when I was 18. And I went home and I was like all excited. And they called and they're like, actually, we're cutting down the cast. And it's a lot of casting, as well as talent. Depends on how many genres of this they have or whatever. So I didn't make it that time. Third time I auditioned, didn't make it at all. And then fourth time I made it all the way to the semifinals. So it was a long process, very scary and overwhelming. It's definitely a lot, especially at the time I had just turned 20 and I had like never really left my family, so it was very like overwhelming, and it was during COVID, so it was 2020, and it was just like so much, like I was by myself. We weren't really allowed to do the same things as other past casts because of COVID. We were tested like every 2 days. I actually almost didn't audition because I was exposed to somebody who had COVID. So it was a tough process. But it was crazy.
Now who were the 4 chairs that you were?
So it was Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, Gwen Stefani, and Blake Shelton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who did you end up going with? I don't remember.
So I was on John Legend's team. And then during the knockouts or knockouts, I was still into Kelly Clarkson's team. So
My daughter and I went to see Kelly Clarkson after the very first American Idol show. We went to Cleveland.
Oh wow.
That was my Christmas present.
She's awesome. She can sing anything.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Is she just as sweet as can be as she sings on TV?
She really is. Yeah. She's very, very nice. I remember like this one time, I think, was it a Zoom thing? Because some of them was like over Zoom, and then some of it, I think we had like 1 or 2 in person. But I remember we had this one, and she just like after the whatever it was, I don't know if it was a rehearsal or something like that. She like came out. I was outside, and she like came strolling by like on her minivan. She's like, "Hey, it was great seeing you." Like, and like driving her own little minivan. I'm like, oh my god. And she like shows up with no makeup. Like she's just so humble and just like whatever. Here I am.
Did she give you a good little nugget of advice that you've kind of kept with you?
I think one thing that she did say, I remember like when we were getting close to the end, is like these shows, like, because she experienced it firsthand. And she's like, regardless of if you win, like it's just like, it doesn't really matter like whether you win or not. It's just like what you do with it afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think that was really cool about her, is that like she like knew what it was like to go through a process like that. Obviously very different. Like she was one of the first, so it was, during the early 2000s too, and everybody was watching their TVs and stuff. So
it was when that came back on. I mean, I grew up, Star Search was the big one when I was younger. And of course that went up, and of course before that there was all kinds of American Idol wasn't the first thing to come around, but but The Voice has kind of a cool shtick where they're not looking at you, so they don't care if you fit the suit. They want to know if you sing, right?
Yes, that is pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, are they really like heavy on like vocal range and that kind of stuff, or are they more into how you interpret the song?
I think it depends. Yeah, I mean, they've had like all different kinds of vocalists on the show, I
Mhm.
think. And I mean, they do like they love people that have like a story and like
Mhm.
something to tell,
Sure.
because like we always would talk about all the contestants like, yes, it's a singing show, but it's also a reality show.
Mhm.
So how you portray yourself is like just as important as well as you sing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The girl from the town that has the chicken wings, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was a crazy experience.
yeah. Now, were you able to springboard off of some good stuff after The Voice? Or?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little. It's been a lot of different things.
Mhm.
First of all, like the whole COVID thing, like that kind of put a dent in a lot of things.
Mhm.
I have some health problems that kind of set me back a little
Okay.
bit, which is what I talked about on the show, was my story.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, but I definitely like I met a lot of cool people, and it's helped me like, get more shows and opportunities,
Mhm.
and yeah, just having that like credential, I think is a really cool thing to, show, hey, I really can sing.
Right. Yeah. Now, has Mom always been like right there, being
Yes. Yeah. She's
being
always
Mama Rose?
always.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
making sure none of those Hollywood dudes
Yes.
are,
Right.
sign here. No,
Yeah.
no, let me look at that first. So,
Yeah. For sure. You
'Cause
gotta be careful.
I'm sure there's
Mhm.
a lot of that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you the next,
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand or whatever.
Oh
or-
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they own 95% of you, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Kind of like Colonel Parker.
Yeah. That
Right.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
that guy.
Kind of like that.
So now, when did you start the Fringe?
We started it in 2023.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
I think we went over that. So see, I'm getting old.
It's all good.
Don't get old, guys. So now let me ask you though. So
Yeah.
did you start out with covers, or did you start out doing originals with the Fringe?
Covers. We
Covers?
started with covers. Yeah.
And how did you kind of slide into doing originals?
Well, I had written like some stuff here and there, kind of
Mhm.
like from like when I was a teenager. And then after The Voice, I had started writing a little bit more. I collaborated with, I don't know if you know who Grabbitz is. He's a local artist.
Okay.
Well, he's actually more than a local artist
Mhm.
now. He's won like a Juno Award, which is like a
Okay,
big award
right,
in
in
Canada.
Mhm.
He does a lot of EDM and rock.
Mhm.
But yeah, anyways, I collaborated with him, and we wrote 2 songs that I released in like 2021, 2022, Old at 20 and Parasite.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I think I started learning to play a little bit of acoustic guitar in 2023,
Okay.
and I think that kind of opened a whole new avenue of songwriting for me.
Mhm.
And from there I wrote like a bunch during that summer,
Hmm.
which is when we were starting the Fringe.
Mhm.
And so yeah, that's kind of how we started getting into like working with originals with the band. We had Parasite and Old at 20 and like already worked on
Right.
those.
Okay.
And then did mostly covers, and then yeah, just kind of like started collaborating and writing more together.
Right. Mason, you brought your guitar there,
Yeah.
and so you guys are gonna entertain us with a tune.
Yeah.
So and this is an original tune, right? So,
Yes.
So we have
Yeah.
Apple. We have all the rights to do this song. So I get very nervous about that. So
Yeah,
the
the rights.
So, yeah. But why don't you let us know what song we're gonna sing? Give a
Yeah.
little backstory on
Sure.
what the song is.
Sure. So we just decided what we were gonna do. We're gonna do Summer Fantasy. This song came out last year, right? Oh my gosh, I like blend this year and last year together so much. We've been so busy. But yeah, so this is called Summer Fantasy. I wrote it in 2023.
Okay.
And I actually released a music video for it this year.
Okay.
So we've been kind of keeping this song going.
Okay.
And it's basically just about like heartbreak in the summer, and like someone kind of leading you on and thinking that it's something that it wasn't.
Right.
And yeah, and we actually make kind of a reference to Buffalo in the song.
Okay.
In the first line, but
There you go.
the city's cold for most of the year, so the heat, it makes us strange. Most people don't get out of here, just too afraid of change. But I've been trying for some time to leave and make a name. And when you came into my life, you sparked a dying flame. But maybe I was naive to think that you'd leave everything behind. I know we jumped to extremes, but you made it seem like you wanted a new life. I don't blame you for dreaming, I just wish you'd see what we could be. It's really not so out of reach, the thought of you and me. Was it just your summer fantasy? Got a taste of your fancy, you prayed that it would last. Said my voice could make you weak, got shivers from my laugh. Told you damn near everything about our great escape. Thought you wanted all of me, not just the parts that stay. Maybe I was naive to think that you'd leave everything behind. I know we jumped to extremes, but you made it seem like you wanted a new life. I don't blame you for dreaming, I just wish you'd seen what we could be. It's really not so out of reach, the thought of you and me. Was it just your summer fantasy? All your roads lead to nowhere, just dead ends and closures, a safe place to hide. I thought I needed a shoulder, but now that it's over, I only need mine. But when I looked into your eyes, I didn't see light, I only saw myself. And so I'll just pack up my things, one less person to bring. Take me anywhere else, take me anywhere, take me anywhere else. Maybe I was naive to think that you'd leave everything behind. I know we jumped to extremes, but you made it seem like you wanted a new life. I don't blame you for dreaming, I just wish you'd seen what we could be. It's really not so out of reach, the thought of you and me. Was I just your summer fantasy?
Nice. Yeah.
Choked on my spit there.
All right. That's not a personal song, though, is it, Cami? No.
Huh?
That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
a personal
right.
song, is it? Yeah, no. That comes from some living.
Yeah.
So, that was great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Now I have to ask you because I saw you guys just played my favorite spot in New York City.
Oh yeah, the bitter end.
Bitter end.
Yeah.
Oh, if those walls could talk.
Yes, very very
Oh my
cool
God.
place.
What was that like on that stage?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think we were expecting as much of a crowd as we got. We got a pretty good crowd for the first time there.
Yeah.
Some friends that I knew, but a bunch of people that just walked in that we didn't know.
Right.
So that was really cool. And just knowing the history, it was just cool to know everybody that's performed there. How'd you feel?
Yeah, it was a little hectic.
It was a little hectic,
as New York City is.
Oh, yeah.
And just they have music pretty much all day, so trying to load in while other bands are playing, and then they're loading out, you're loading in. You only have so much time, so it's a little crazy. But I remember I went to grab a drink after our set and just looking at the wall of like all the people that were on that stage.
Right.
And it was really cool. It's a cool spot.
Yeah.
I mean, all the Tin Pan Alley guys were going down there with their songs, and Woody Guthrie and Simon and Garfunkel and Neil Diamond and you name it.
I remember seeing a picture of George Carlin, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I brought my my daughter's uncle. He used to work for Atlantic Records and then Sony Records, and so he had a band called the Vowels, because they were all like VPs and everything of like Warner and Sony, because they're all Italian, so all their names ended in a vowel, and so they were playing the bitter end. So I said, "Hey Kendra, let's go down to New York, just you and me, and we'll catch Uncle Adam playing." And I don't know, I can't remember if she was high school maybe or just out of high school, and probably not old enough to drink, maybe, I can't remember, but we get in there, 2-drink minimum, we're sitting down, I'm just like, oh, this is great, I want to go. What? Do you know where we are? All she wanted to do was walk around the city at night, buying Italian Ice t-shirts from vendors on the street corner.
I Heart New York.
We got our I Heart New York shirts, and I'm like, all right, if that's what you want to do. I said, you're killing me, kid.
Yeah, it was a super cool spot.
Yeah, that was your first time in New York.
Yeah, that was my first time in New York City
kidding?
as well. Yeah.
Oh,
so.
wow. Yeah. Wow, so you went with a bang, man, your first time. So
yeah, it was
brought you to Times Square.
It was a bit intimidating. I'm not usually a big city guy, but
he liked it.
I actually liked it a lot more than I thought. I liked the vibe of it, and everyone kind of going and doing their own thing, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I haven't been in a while, but I love New York.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I'd want to live there, but boy, I love to visit.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same thing. I don't know if I could do that every day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah. I can't believe, I know people that live there. I'm like, how do you guys do this every single day? Oh my gosh. Even just sleeping in the hotel. I think I woke up 3 times to buses or noises outside.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess you just get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like my cousin Vinny, right? He had to go to jail and have all that noise so he could sleep.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're also the official national anthem singer for the Sabres. How'd you get that gig?
Yeah. So I've been doing anthems forever. Since before I started doing music outside of theater. I think the first time I auditioned to sing for the Bills when I was 12 or 13. There's a video I have on YouTube. I showed you. It's the worst. It's terrible. It was just not good. First of all, the anthem was 4 minutes long, and going on and on. I had the very theater kid voice at the time too, so it was I haven't found that style yet, and it was just funny to listen to. But anyways, I auditioned when I was 12, and I got second place, so I didn't get to sing then. But I sang. We were just talking about this too, actually. I sang on Kiss 98.5, which was pretty cool at the time. Yeah, so I didn't get it then, but then I auditioned again. I believe I was 15, and so I sang for the Bills for the first time when I was 16.
Okay.
Sabres, I think I was 15. And I kind of did it just here and there over the years. And then last year they reached out and said we're looking for someone to just be full time because it's easier instead of trying to find someone different every time.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, let's do it. It's fun, and as much as I know the song at the back of my hand, I get nervous every time. There's just something about singing that song in front of so many people with no music, and it's just you.
Right.
I don't know why. It's scary. I think I get in my head about it.
I was hoping you were going to tell the
story.
Yeah.
The story. Okay. Yeah. So the first time that I sang for the Sabres, or I was supposed to sing for the Sabres, I got all the way there, and it was this whole thing. I guess My mom tells it differently. She tells it differently. But we parked far away, and I remember it was snowing, and I had my hair and makeup done, and I was 15, I was like super excited, and I walked through the snow, and I think it was almost like rain snow, so my hair was like drenched. My makeup was like running off, and I was 15, and I was so anxious about this, and I won't get into everything, but I was very nervous, and basically I was so nervous that I didn't sing, so I didn't go on. I actually don't know I think they had who's the person that sings for the Bandits? I forget his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure they like brought him in last minute. And I was crying in the car, and I told my parents and my grandma, and I was like, my career's over. They're never gonna hire me again. No one's gonna hire me again. That was so embarrassing. And here I am.
Now look at you.
I know. Yeah. So if that happens when you're I'm a perfectionist. And I have OCD and things. I won't get into all of it, but I very much am critical of myself, and
gosh, yes.
So I like my brain is like everything needs to be perfect, and so at the time I didn't know how to handle that as much as I do now.
Right.
So that's kind of how that came about.
Because you are going to hit a bad note. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean it
happens
we're all
the
our
time.
own worst critics, right?
Absolutely.
So
yes.
now I have to ask you, because my buddy and I, we auditioned for the Bills. We never won, and I always said because we didn't look good in a skirt. Because the one year we auditioned a couple years in a row, and I used to print the program for the Bills.
Yeah.
So every week I'd look. It was another young girl. No offense to you, another young girl. I'm like, okay, I get it. And but singing in that stadium with the echo.
Oh yeah.
So I remember we were watching everybody audition, and my buddy's like, "Do you hear that?" He says, "We need to stop here, and here,
it's
and
hard.
let the echo catch up with us. So just take a breath here, take a breath here."
Yeah.
And I remember when we did a little 2-part harmony thing, and there was a group from the Friends of Harmony, and a guy that I've since met, Peter Hart, and he says, "You started on A flat, and you ended on A flat." And I looked at Steve and I says, "Is that good?" He says, "That's good." Because I don't read either. I'm just he says, "This is what you sing, and just sing it." So we didn't, but we got to sing for the Bisons, so that was fun.
Nice.
We did a Bisons.
I sang. I can't remember the first time I sang for the Bisons, but that was one I did too. Yeah.
Now is the arena kind of does it have that echo too? Do you have to kind of?
It does. I actually talked about this recently. The Bills now I use in-ears, which I don't know why they didn't just have people audition with that in the first place. Maybe just in case the in-ears went out, you should know how to do it or something.
Right.
Because I remember when I first auditioned, there was no ears. I just did it with earplugs or whatever. Right. So yeah, the arena's not as bad. I think because it's a little bit of a smaller space, and I think it's something to do with just the way that there's a roof. I'm not really sure. The acoustics or something.
Yeah, there's more stuff.
So yeah, I just wear earplugs for that. I don't wear in-ears because it would just be a whole thing. I have to do sound check, and it's just too much. Because I can do it without it. It's fine. I'm so used to it now. But yeah, so, and yeah, because I've been doing it so long, I just have the notes drilled into my brain so much. And I've been talking about what if I change it up or change the key? And I'm I'm not going to do it. No. Because if I do that, I'm going to screw it up, and then it's going to be bad, and then we're going to have another 2015.
Because that muscle memory's there, right?
Yes, it's muscle memory.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I had someone ask me the other day, is that really you singing, or is that a recording? And I was like, oh, thank you. No, that's me. That's just me.
You get into that groove. I felt so bad because there were some younger folks that got up to try, and they didn't have a pitch pipe.
Yeah.
And they started too high.
Yes. Oh gosh.
And once they got, it's
if you start too high in the anthem, that's it, because it gets up there, and you got to start in the right key. And that's hard when you're young. When I was young, it's so scary.
Right.
I know there's some younger people that do the Sabres sometimes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are awesome for being able to do that so young, because it's oh my gosh, not only the finding the note, but it's just scary.
We in the audience, we pitch piped in the audience, so we walked down there.
Oh yeah, it's there's no shame in that either. If you have to do that, absolutely.
Hey, absolutely,
it's a cappella, right? I mean, some people do it not a cappella, but majority I feel usually do a cappella, unless
that's tough.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you do the Canadian anthem too,
I
right?
do.
So,
I've been
that's a
doing
lot
that a
easier.
long
That's
time,
not
so.
nearly as rangy as
Yes.
as our anthem. So.
It is a lot easier. I know. Why do we make our anthem so difficult? I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of like Happy Birthday. I mean,
Yeah.
that was my first show
Yeah.
audition song. 'Cause
Yes.
I had
Yeah.
no clue what I was doing. And they're like and they're like, it's actually a good song to pick because it's very
Yeah.
rangy,
Yes.
right? So it
it shows off. Yeah.
shows off what you
Mhm.
can do, and if,
Right.
if you're not hitting, I kind of naturally just couldn't hit
Yeah.
the top, so I brought it down. They're like,
Mhm.
all right,
Yeah.
it's like okay then,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you got
Gotta
good
find
instincts,
your voice type for
right?
sure. Yeah. I think that's important, especially as a young singer, is like finding. I mean, you can obviously expand your range and stuff, but
Right.
to find what feels the best in your voice.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people tell me I'm an alto or soprano. I don't even know. I'm like mezzo, I say. But
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you classically trained?
Kind of. I've taken some like classical type lessons.
Mhm.
I mostly was trained in like musical theater kind of singing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've taken lessons from like, a bunch of different people around Buffalo. I took some lessons in like New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, and also the voice. We had a voice teacher for that as well,
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes. So yeah, I've taken a bunch of different lessons, and that's just kind of how I've learned and found
Mhm.
different techniques. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy like how much your voice can change
Mhm.
because like looking back on like a video from when I was like 13 or even like 16 and like the things that you find and whether it's like there's so much to the voice placement and pitch and
Mm-hmm.
breath work. So it's really fascinating. I'd love to like really do more research on it because I do teach sometimes. I haven't gotten back into lessons, it's been so busy, but I mostly teach like younger kids because I don't feel that I'm well suited enough to teach someone like older and that has had a ton of experience.
Sure. Right.
But obviously I know just from my own singing how to
Right.
teach. So yeah.
You've got kind of those basic techniques.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, and of
Yeah.
course and especially I feel pretty confident with like female voices. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know like you've asked me or your dad asked me about voice lessons. I'm like, I have no idea. Like I wouldn't know how to teach you. I mean, I'm sure it's similar, but like I don't know if I'd be able to really help much with that.
Yeah. It's
So yeah, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
now making that jump from theater
Yeah.
to pop.
Yeah.
Did that take you a while?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Like I said, like there's a lot of videos of me singing pop music where I sound like I'm singing a musical theater song.
Mhm.
There's literally like I think the thing called like a musical theater accent that people have, and it's like
I've definitely
you can
noticed
hear
that.
it. You can hear it,
Yeah.
even
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't like know music. You can be like, oh yeah, that person sings theater.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's like just super tight diction, like talking really like that, or
Yes,
the
yeah.
vowel placement. There's definitely a difference. So I think maybe that kind of came from like listening to different artists. Like one person that I loved when I was a kid was Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Actually, I love Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember listening to like Ariana Grande, like all those,
Mm-hmm.
pop singers that were popular, and just kind of listening to them and kind of imitating them. And I think from imitation, like you eventually find your own voice.
Sure. Yep.
And also like listening to some older artists too, like Linda Ronstadt and Stevie Nicks, a bunch of different people that I could name. But
Well, you can't go wrong with
yeah,
those two. Huh?
yeah, love those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I think it comes from every artist. Like I think I've heard Ariana Grande talk about that. Like she was a big fan of Mariah Carey, and a lot of like her old singing would sound like Mariah Carey.
Right.
And then it's about like finding your voice through that, like listening and mimicking. But then also like finding your true voice. There's like classes you can take on that too.
Oh, yeah.
Like finding your true voice. And we're doing that in college. I took like one class. So
Because I was going to say, as doing
Yeah.
cover songs,
yes,
there's that audience who wants the tribute guys.
yes, right.
And then there's people that will allow you to interpret
yes,
that cover song the
Yeah.
way you want to do it.
right.
So what do you feel like,
Yeah.
pros and cons with? Because I've had
Yeah.
some people say, oh, yeah, I sang a song a certain way and a guy walked out.
Yeah, really.
Because I didn't sing it exactly the way it was on the radio.
There's some people that will be like that and like want to hear it exactly as it is, and I think you should sing it in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think makes it unique to you.
Right.
Not that like I said, you can have like little vocal inflections and stuff that sound similar.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe I do naturally pick up on people's tone because I've had a lot of people say like, you sound like every artist you sing. I'm like, really? I'm not trying to.
Right.
But then I also have people that say, you make it your own. I'm like, which is which?
Yeah.
So I try my best to make it my
Yeah.
own. And I think over the years, I've gotten better with that too.
Mhm.
Because I think when I first started doing covers, like, oh my gosh, especially Billie Eilish, I wanted to sound like Billie Eilish so bad. Every single song, I was like this whispery, and oh my gosh, she's amazing, obviously. But you don't want to sound like her because then you're not your own singer.
Exactly.
And so I think when I remember like trying to make covers and singing out at first, and I'd be like, how can I make this song my own? I'm like, what can you do to make it different? Like, just slow it down or like, and then I think we've found like, oh, you can like, I learn a new thing every day with music, honestly. How you can make a song different. It's not just like the tempo and, there's like so many different things you can change. I think being in a band too has taught me a lot.
Right.
Like I just notice, especially like we worked with, obviously, like I said, different members at first, and seeing how they played compared to somebody else, and not that one or the other was better or worse. It's just like this person played in a different way and this person played in a different way. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that there was different guitar tones. Like I didn't no idea until you know, or like drumming, like I didn't know certain fills, and so there's just like so much you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Which is just what's cool about like being a musician. It's just you never stop learning.
Right.
So
as far as like the cover thing too, I think not vocally, but I think I walked the line on that as well. Playing, like I said, in the Smells Like Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters, Nirvana tribute band. Being a tribute band, we're trying to get as close to the record as possible.
Sure.
All instruments, everything, vocals, everything as close sounding as possible to those bands. And then playing covers with her band is kind of like, I feel like there's some solos and stuff that like everyone knows exactly how the solo goes, and if you don't nail it, they're gonna be looking at you.
Right.
And then some solos you kind of improvise, do my own thing, and then some are kind of a mix of both. There's like those signature licks in there that you gotta nail, and then you can kind of go off and do your own thing. So it is interesting to kind of walk the line of when to kind of try and nail it and when to kind of make it your own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Smells Like Dave Grohl. I mean, you're selling that as a tribute act, right? So
there's no change in any of that.
People are going there. They want to hear.
Yes.
They want to hear Foo Fighters,
there's
right?
nothing to change
but
there.
when they come to see Cami and the Fringe, they want to see Cami and the Fringe.
Right.
They don't want to see. They want to see what you have to offer, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Because I always say Elvis covered. I mean, back in the Elvis, Sinatra, it wasn't. They didn't start in the singer-songwriter era, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were singing songs that other people wrote.
Yep.
Right.
So they were interpreting. I mean, listen to Sinatra versus Elvis on My Way.
Yep.
Two different versions, but they both made it their own.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And whenever Elvis opened his mouth,
yeah.
I mean, watch the Aloha from Hawaii concert. I mean, he covered a ton of different artists in that show. And Hank Williams, Gordon Lightfoot, the Beatles.
Yeah.
Made every song an Elvis song.
Yeah, I think that's really cool when artists can like make it sound like you've never heard the song before.
Exactly.
Like I don't know if you've ever heard of Eva Cassidy.
Vaguely.
Yeah, she passed away young from cancer. But she had like an album of songs that were covers, and like growing up, my mom loved her and loved that album, and so she'd play it. And I remember like listening to those songs, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that like that was not her song. And then I listened to the original, I'm like, oh, that's completely different.
Yeah.
Or like my favorite movie, Across the Universe, it's all Beatles songs. And I honestly think I heard those before I heard the Beatles versions. And I remember the other day we were listening to like A Little Help from My Friends. I'm like, see, I like the Across the Universe version because that's the one I heard first.
Right.
And he's like, no, that's not it.
I'm a Sgt. Pepper guy.
So I think it's like literally it's what you hear first, I think, is like what like sticks in your brain. I think a lot of times when you're playing out at like bars and restaurants, like people want to hear those songs that they know. And over the years doing those kinds of gigs too, you find like these are the songs that people want to hear. And like a lot of times when I'm playing, like I'll sing a certain song like based on the age group that's there. Right. Like if there's some younger people, I'll play, even though Pink Pony Club, everybody loves that song for some reason. Right. But like if some younger people walk in, I'll play a Chapel Roan song. If some people in their like 50s, 60s, I'll play, Fleetwood Mac or whatever I can think of. So yeah, it's like kind of like seeing like what your demographic is in the audience and what you think they'd like. I
think playing your originals in the band too also like in this iteration of the band that we've kind of gelled and have that sound, and that kind of gives itself to when we play covers. Right. So we don't really think about whether we're exactly nailing what it is. We just kind of have our
Right.
own chemistry of
Yeah.
we know how we sound, and it's
Sure.
gonna
Right.
probably
Yeah.
come out that way whether we like it or not.
I think you find a sound with the musicians that you work with over time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Jared's
Yeah.
a
Right.
rock metal drummer through and
Right.
through, so you're never
Yeah,
gonna
it's always
take
gonna
that out of
sound.
him.
Yeah. Right.
I'm kind of more of a rock guitar player with
Yeah.
some bluesy stuff, and
Mhm.
so it all kind of just it's gonna come out
Right.
whether or not you like it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Well, guys, we're getting closer to the top of the hour,
Wow.
and I'm hoping
Yeah.
you can do another tune.
Oh.
But I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a question because
Okay.
I've asked this a couple of times, and it's I'm stealing it from the Johnny Cash biopic, Walk the Line.
Oh.
Great movie.
When
Yeah,
did
great
you watch?
movie.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
Great
Did
movie.
we
So-
watch that?
Yeah, we
together?
watched it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when Sam Phillips tells
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix, if you got hit by a truck
Mm-hmm.
and you had one song, just one song that you could sing me
Oh man.
that tells me who you are.
Oh.
Do you have that song? I know I just put you on the
original?
spot.
An original song?
An original, of course, yes.
You
One
know,
that you wrote.
I don't think I have that yet.
No?
I don't think I have that
Okay.
yet. I've been writing some like little things here and there lately.
Mhm.
I feel like I think a lot of what actually this is funny. We've been to Nashville back and forth, and I've been playing some open mics, and
Mhm.
we had this one open mic that said, "Write something about like other than a relationship." And I
Okay.
was like, "Yeah, you're right. I write everything I write about is pretty much about a relationship."
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm thinking of Old at 20 is kind of something that I think
that's probably your theme
that's
song.
probably my theme song right now, actually. But I think a majority of the songs that I have written are about like relationships. I have something about writing about like heartbreak is just easier.
Sure.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that is. I feel like I've heard a lot of musicians say that. Like it's just easier to write
Yeah.
when you're like angry or heartbroken or
Right.
something.
Well, because you're writing from your heart.
Right,
you're writing
right. You're
from-
kind of venting.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess this. Do you know how to play it on acoustic? Have we done it acoustically?
We've never. I don't think we have. It's been a while.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
It's been a while.
We'll go through a couple takes
Wanna
if
try?
we need to.
We
Yeah.
can try. You
Okay.
might have to cut it out.
Okay, we can try it. Well, this song is called Old at 20, and I
Okay.
wrote it. I started writing it when I was 20. I'm 25 now.
Okay.
And it's just kind of about feeling like washed up at a young age and feeling like you haven't accomplished everything that you want to accomplish.
Mhm.
And especially like in the music industry, and especially as a woman, you feel very like, you got to be the young pop star, and if
Mhm.
you haven't achieved that by the time you turn 20, like what's the point, and I feel like
Right.
that's a lot of people's mindset.
Well, okay.
And at least that's just a thing I think in the pop music maybe industry, and it's kind of hard to break through that mindset of being anxious about getting older. I don't
Mhm.
know. That's something that's just
Yeah.
kind of always on my mind lately.
Yeah.
Even though I am not old yet, but
Right. No, you're
don't
not
know.
old yet. No.
yeah. Okay, do you want to try?
All right, let's give it
Try.
a whirl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feeling like I'm running out of time before I even get to take a sip of my wine. At the same time, it seems like yesterday was graduation day, and now I cannot seem to shut off my mind. Everybody's telling me I'm fine, but that's like telling someone they can see when they're blind. And every time I open up my eyes, I can't keep blurring pretty lines between the truth and where reality lies. I feel like my years have gone by, and all of my tears have gone dry. Feeling old at 20. Isn't this the prime time for life? I don't got that money. I'm just sipping all the drinks tonight, wasting time at 20. Got no plans and nowhere to hide. Generation unlucky. 21, please make it all alright. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. with no tears. Kinda hard when living in a world made out of fear. Everybody said it would get better, but for me it's now or never. I don't wanna spend forever in here. I feel like my years have gone by, and all of my tears have gone dry. Feeling old at 20. Isn't this the prime time of life? I don't got the money. I'm just sipping all the drinks tonight, wasting time at 20. Got no plans and nowhere to hide. Generation unlucky. 21, please make it all right, all right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And lately I can't find no peace of mind. We lost some time and now we'll never get it back. I hope we'll find a way to live before we die. Just you and I. Feeling old at 20. Isn't this the prime time of life? I don't got that money. I'm just sipping all the drinks tonight, wasting time at 20. Got no plans and no way to hide. Generation unlucky. 21, please make it all right, all right. Ooh,
Yeah.
We did it.
You did it.
Wow. I surprised
Unplugged,
myself a
baby.
little
That
bit.
was all right.
We changed it a little bit at the end. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
worked out.
No,
Yeah.
Mason, it was you done good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No,
Thank you.
that was very nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Now, do you normally do that a little bit more like higher
So
energy?
it's like a pop
Yeah.
song on
Okay.
the record.
Right. So the way that we recorded it was like what's it called electronic drums,
Mhm.
mostly electronic stuff. And so when we do it with the band, we kind of add some more. We've been talking about re-recording it and like adding like real drums and like big guitar because that's kind of what we play now.
Yeah, I use
Right.
some high gain guitar and some big
Okay.
chords. And
Yeah, usually like my newer songs are like a lot more. I'm very big on like real instruments.
Mhm.
I mean like some stuff, having some synths or whatever, but I really like using like real drums, real guitar,
Mhm.
just live stuff because I feel like that's kind of what we do is like more like rock,
Right.
full
Yeah.
band,
Oh.
live sound. So
Well,
yeah.
So that was you kind of had your first unplugged
Yeah.
session down here in
Yeah.
the Flamingo Lounge, so
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I don't know if
Perfect,
we've
yeah.
ever done that acoustic.
I don't know if we have. No.
That was
It just
nice.
kind of
Yeah.
came back into the set list anyways.
Yeah, we
Full
weren't doing
band.
it for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well,
Well, that was
there-
nice. That was nice that way.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like that. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for coming down.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you for
thank you so
having
much.
us.
You're welcome. And telling your stories, and I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots more.
Oh yeah.
And I'll have you guys back in a couple years because you guys are gonna
Yeah.
that growth and everything. We'll
Yeah.
see where you are then, and
Yeah.
Sounds
and
good.
who knows? Maybe I could say I knew you when.
Hopefully.
And yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully.
we'll see.
So yeah, keep plugging, keep
Yeah,
working at it.
thank you.
And yeah. And again, for everyone who's tuned in, we hope you've had just as much fun as we have. And as always, you can find the podcast where you get your podcast at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, YouTube, and of course, you can always find the podcast at rockabillygreg.com, where it's all about the music, and I'll have some links to Cami's website so you can find out where she and the Fringe are playing, and Facebook pages, and Mason, we'll have a link on there for you for Smells Like Dave Grohl.
Perfect.
And where you can find Mason at Bloodline.
Yep.
And you guys are still doing Bloodline, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay, cool.
it's slowed down a bit because we're all so busy, but
Sure.
it's still there.
Cool.
There.
Oh, that's great. So again, guys, thanks so much
thank you.
for coming, sharing your music, giving us a nice home concert down here.
Thanks for having
us.
Some unplugged music. And for everyone who's tuned in again, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. In the Flamingo Lounge is made possible in part by CatsLikeUs.com, your online store for authentic vintage clothing and accessories. Buffalo Ironworks, an intimate live music venue and bar located in the Cobblestone District in downtown Buffalo. And by Diamond Hawk Golf Course and Pub, Western New York's premier golf course, restaurant, and banquet facility. At the Hawk, the bar is hopping year-round with live music every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And some other nights, too. Tune in for a new episode every Saturday at 9 a.m. EST at rockabillygreg.com, where it's all about the music. Bark, Zoe, bark. Good girl.